All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is October 16th, 2022, and I'm saying Ahaya by Yeshem, Yeshua HaMashiach, Baruch Atah Adonai. And if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you are blessed to see yet another day, and for that, all praise, honor, and glory is due to the Most High God of Israel, the creator of the heavens and the earth and the universe and everything in between, above and below. You better believe it. Shalawam, elect. Man, we made it to see another day. Well, today's Sunday, so y'all know what that means. Our Christian brothers and sisters going to be putting on their Sunday best, and they going to church. Well, you know what? I want y'all to share this lesson today on your page, all across your social media. You know, tag me, whatever you got to do, because I want to talk to our brothers and sisters, our Christian brothers and sisters. Now, I know you probably gonna be tight, but I'm right? So you getting dressed, going to church, right? Because that's what you were taught. That's how you were raised. Heck, that's how I was raised, right? Your parents, your grandparents, and their parents before them, right? That's what you do. You know, you could raise hell all week, but on Sunday you're going to church, right? Well, Sunday, you know, it's supposed to be, well, from what we were taught, because God told us to remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy, right? So in Christians' minds, Sunday is the Sabbath, but actually it's not. See, here's the thing, my Christian brothers and sisters, especially for you hardcore Christians, right? You say you profess to be Christians, yet you won't even listen to Christ. The man you claim to follow, you won't even listen to him when he tells you. He says, man, y'all don't even know what y'all worshiping. Y'all don't know what y'all worship. He said, we know what we worship. Salvation is of the Jews. What does that mean? Hebrew Israelites, laws, statutes, and commandments given to the Most High. Y'all say, oh, well, wait a minute. No, Dr. Ephraim. They said Jesus came and did away with the laws. We under the new law. No. Wrong again. Christ said he came not to abolish or change no laws. He came to fulfill the law. So why y'all lying on Jesus? That's what I want to know. Why y'all lying on him? People hate him enough as it is for all the lies people done told on him. So why y'all continuing to lie on the man y'all claim to be followers of? Because he told y'all he ain't come to represent no new laws. Y'all say, well, you know, well, yeah, but he came to die for the sins of the world. He came to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, nope, wrong again. He told us what he came for. He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And I'm not going to go, I can go on and on and on and on with this thing, right? But the bottom line is Sunday is not the Sabbath, right? Sunday is not a holy day. It's not. And I know you tight, but I'm right. The Most High God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, said to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy, right? And I'm here to tell y'all, my Christian brothers and sisters, Sunday is not the Sabbath. Saturday is. Look it up. Don't believe me, right? Christ can't do away with no law that the Most High came out with because he is the Most High. No one changes his law. His law lasts forever. 1 Peter 1:25 says, the word of the Lord endureth forever. Malachi 3:6 says, I am the Lord, I change not. So y'all can just do away with all that. That's Christian dogma, and it's just simply not true. There's nothing holy about Sunday. Okay? Sunday is not a holy day. As a matter of fact, Sunday is a pagan day. Y'all want to learn all about how we got Sunday and why we go to church on Sunday and this and that? Well, this lesson is going to deal with all of that. Okay? And again, no disrespect to none of my Christian brothers and sisters worldwide. And I know you don't want to hear it. I know you're so, stuck on what you think you know and believe and this and that. And I'm not here to rain on your parade. Please believe I'm not. But what I have to do and what I'm sanctioned to do is to tell the truth and speak what thus said the Lord of hosts, right? Because I'm just a faithful servant, man. I'm just flesh and bones. I'm just a man, right? But I'm a man after God's own heart, though, right? And I got to tell the truth. Because every day I look on my page, look on my channels, different, and I see why only a remnant is going to return to the Most High. Because some of us are so far gone, man, it's ridiculous. But you know what? Enough of that. Let's get into the lesson. And I pray that, God opens your spiritual ears that you hear and you receive. But if you receive not, I dust my feet. All right, this is Dr. E from signing off until the next time. So y'all enjoy the lesson. Please share it, talk about it. And until next time, I'm saying Ahaya by Hashem, Yeshua HaMashiach, Baruch Atah Adonai. Shalawam, elect. Historically, our people have been taught and programmed to attend worship service on Sundays, supposedly to worship Jesus, whom many of our people believe is actually God in the flesh. Yes, blasphemy, I know. And I've already covered that. However, I want everyone to know and ask that you all like and share and embed this video to help awaken and enlighten our lost Hebrew as well as Christian brothers and sisters who have no earthly idea who they really are, why they need to get back to our covenant with the Most High, and what they must do in order to truly be saved. Okay? Now, first and foremost, the real holy day is Saturday, or Shabbat. All right? But before we even go there, let's back up a little bit. Okay? Because I've actually had people ask me this. When I say pagan, what does that mean? Okay? And there's no harm in not knowing. All right, so let's kind of cover that real quick when we get back on the lesson. Let's cover that real quick. What is paganism? Paganism, from the Latin paganus, is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire, specifically who practice polytheism, which polytheism is the belief in more than one God. So before we go any further, you already know off top that's bad, okay? Because one of the Most High's commandments is we will have no other gods before Him. So if you are polytheist, you're already on the wrong foot, in the wrong side of the page. All right, where the Most High is concerned, because paganism. So that's a bad word. Okay, so this was either because they were increasingly rural and provincial relative to the Christian population, or because they were not milites Christi, or soldiers of Christ. Alternate terms in Christian texts for the same group were Hellenic, Gentile, and heathen. Ritual sacrifice was an integral part of ancient Greco-Roman religion and was regarded as an indication of whether a person was pagan or Christian. So paganism was originally a pejorative and derogatory term for polytheism, implying its inferiority. And it's not implied. Paganism is not a word you want associated with the Most High, or Yeshua HaMashiach, Christ for that matter. So when you hear that word paganist or paganism or pagan this, pagan that, you already know it's bad. Okay? And the term presumed a belief in false gods. Most modern pagan religions existing today, modern or neo-paganism, express a worldview that is pantheistic, polytheistic, or animistic. But some are actually monotheistic, believe it or not. The origin of the application of the term pagan to polytheism is debated. In the 19th century, paganism was adopted as a self-descriptor by members of various artistic groups inspired by the ancient world. In the 20th century, it came to be applied as a self-descriptor by practitioners of modern paganism, neo-pagan movements, and polytheistic reconstructionists. Modern pagan traditions often incorporate beliefs or practices such as nature worship that are different from those in the largest world religions. Contemporary knowledge of old pagan religions comes from several sources, including anthropological field research records, the evidence of archaeological artifacts, and the historical accounts of ancient writers regarding cultures known as classical antiquity. All right? So there it is there. For those of you who might have been a little fuzzy on what paganism was, there you have it. So back to the lesson. All right. And again, no problems there because if you don't know, you don't know. All right. So now we was always taught to go to church on Sunday, right? That's what our parents did. That's what their parents did, and so on and so forth. All right. But when the Most High said in His commandments to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy, well, what does that mean? When is the Sabbath? It's definitely not Sunday. Saturday is actually, or the Shabbat is actually on Saturday. Okay, that's the day of rest. That's the real true holy day of the Most High God of Israel. Okay, and Christ didn't change that. No man could. All right, and the Most High said in 1 Peter 1:25, the word of the Lord endureth forever. So anything he said in Genesis, he means right now today. None of his laws were temporary, and Yeshua HaMashiach coming did not change anything. And he told us himself, he came to fulfill the laws, not to change or do away with any laws. So all that Christian dogma, miss me. Okay? But so with that being said, now this is where it gets a little. Saturday is the real holy day. But traditionally, right? What do we normally do on Saturday? Right? We go to the club. We party, get drunk, have sinful unmarital sex, fill our spirits with blasphemous music, and the list goes on, right? But then our people have the audacity to question why are all these horrible things continuing to happen to our people. You know, they've been killing and murdering Negroes for years, man. But now they seem to have turned their attention to our women and children as well, and it appears to be open season on us right now. For them to understand and wrap their mind around our people living off the curses in the book of Deuteronomy, they must first understand and accept who they really are. Okay? And why these things are happening. All of what's going on has been prophesied by the Most High in first person, I might add. Why did I inject that? Well, it's important to note because as long as you continue to worship a man, Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, as God, consume all the unclean foods that were forbidden to you, and basically not adhere to any of the laws, statutes, and commandments given to his chosen elect, you, my dear brothers and sisters, will remain in the state until the return of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Messiah, and the Son of the Most High God. He is not, nor will ever be equal to Ahaya. Every day and every Easter, right? We've been taught to get dressed up. We throw on a nice little suit, church clothes, whatever. Going to church for worship. But worship who? And what though? So that being said, let's look at Sunday. What does that day truly mean? Who came up with that? Why do we go to church on Sunday? Let's get into it a little deeper. Sunday was the day actually set aside in the Mithra, Roman cult, as its official day to assemble together to worship its sun deity. Yes, you heard me correctly. Sunday was a day set aside to worship the sun deity, all right, by the Romans. The Roman Emperor Constantine legislated Sunday as the day of rest dedicated to the Greek and Roman sun god Helios. And that's Helios. Constantine worshiped Christos Helios, which means Christ the true Sun. S-U-N, not S-O-N, but S-U-N. Follow me, people. Listen to me, man, please. The Roman Catholic Church venerates Sunday as its Sabbath and handed it down to Christianity. Sol Invictus, which means unconquered sun, S-U-N, was the official sun god of the later Roman Empire and a patron of soldiers. In 274 AD, the Roman Emperor Aurelian made it an official cult alongside the traditional Roman cults. The god was favored by emperors after Aurelian and appeared on their coins until Constantine the First. So, that being said, the Roman Emperor Constantine decreed, or he made law, on March 7th, 321, the day of Sunday, as the Roman day of rest. Let me say that again. Constantine, on March 7th, 321, made Sunday the Roman day of rest. Now let's stop there real quick. The Most High told us to remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy. Why? Because on the seventh day, he rested from creating the world and et cetera, et cetera. So you mean to tell me, to my Christian brothers and sisters, you're following a Roman because he made Sunday the Roman day of rest. So that's why you don't see anything wrong with that. You don't see anything wrong with it. Let that marinate for a second. He made Sunday the Roman day of rest. Wow. So on the venerable day of the sun, let the magistrates and people residing in cities rest, and let all workshops be closed. Wow, it acts just like a Sabbath. Only thing it's the fake Sabbath. The real Sabbath, the real Shabbat, is on Saturday. And and the thing is, it's no fault. I mean, we've been taught this ad nauseum from our people, generations on back, right? And I'm not trying to downgrade anyone or trying to disrespect anyone. Please believe I'm not. But I'm trying to bring light. I'm telling you, I'm bringing you the truth. I mean, anything I'm telling you in this lesson, you can Google it. You can, it's the 100% truth. I'm not going to sit there and waste my time and lie to you. I'll never do that. Before I would lie to you, I wouldn't say anything. Okay? Our people have been taught this. Going to church for years on Sunday. That's probably the most unholy day you could think of. In terms of, it's a pagan. I'm showing and proving it's a pagan day of worship for the sun deity, for the sun god. All right. So, whatever you do with this information, you do. I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. Okay. So on Sunday in the country, persons engaged in agriculture may freely and lawfully continue their pursuits because it often happens that another day is not suitable for grain sowing or vine planting, lest by neglecting the proper moment for such operations, the bounty of heaven should be lost. Yeah. As it was written by the Roman Constantine, Sunday was a so-called day of rest for Romans, not Hebrews or even Christians for that matter. Traditionally, like I said, we've adopted the unholy day of worship because in their minds, He created the heavens and the earth, but it's not His day, though. They really think they're worshiping the Most High God on Sundays, when in actuality, you might think that, but that day is significant because that's not His day. That's not what we were ordered to do. So it gives you something to really think about. You get up going to church on Sundays to worship God, but what God? And is the Most High God, is He really even listening to you? Let's look at it. You call yourself a Christian, and a lot of the new awakened Hebrews aren't. I'm not letting them off the hook because a lot of them still have Christian way. They can't break away from the Christian dogma. So a lot of them are in the same boat as many of our Christian brothers and sisters. To be honest with you, all right, just because they incorporate more Torah and into their they're basically still Christians. They haven't torn away from the Christian mindset. So don't I'm not letting them off the hook. You know, Um, but I want you all to really think about that. You're getting up and going to church on Sunday, and I've just showed and proved to you that that day is not the Sabbath. I just showed you where the day came from, who started it, right, and why. So that's the fake Sabbath because everything that he said that they put in the when he made Sunday the day of rest for Romans, it mirrored the Sabbath, the day of rest for the children of Israel. Don't you all get it? The whole New Testament movement, it's a ripoff, man, of the lost children of Israel. Like, can't you all see? Like, my God, man, I just, wow. It's the Sunday is the fake Sabbath. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I mean, I can't really say it any other way. I got to tell the truth. I got to tell you what it is. I mean, if you're offended, my apologies. That's not my intent to offend anyone. God in heaven knows that's not my intent. But I mean, I have to put it in a way where I'm going to make you think. You just have to really think about what you're doing. All right. But we have to denounce this practice and get back to the real holy day of Saturday, which is the real Shabbat, the real day of rest. No one can change that. No one. Christ himself told us he didn't come to change any laws. He came to fulfill the laws. He even recognized the Sabbath. Christ didn't say anything about Sunday. It has nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with the Most High God of Israel. Come on, my people. Think, man. Think. If you're really sincere and hold your beliefs to want to be quote unquote saved, right, and make it to the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, then you have to know what is of God and what is not. It's not about what you want to believe or what you don't want to believe. It's about how do you line up with the Most High's words, his laws, his statutes, and his commandments, right? Half of my Christian and my Christian brothers and sisters, y'all don't even want to listen to the command. Y'all don't even want to heed the 10 commandments. But y'all profess to be Christians, right? How can you profess to follow a man, but constantly not going by what he says himself? So anyway, I listen. I hope that some of y'all had spiritual ears to hear this lesson, because it's the truth. Okay, it is just straight up, honest to God's truth, straight up. But if not, hey, it is what it is. All right. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, if you want some more truth, uncut, unadulterated, I got a whole bunch of great videos on this channel. Great lessons, really. So hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video, a new presentation, a new lesson, a new Thinking Out Loud segment, or a Real Talk Tuesday episode, or anything along those lines. Right? I'm continue to keep giving it to you all. So until next time, everyone have a great rest of your day. And this is Dr. E signing off, saying Shalawam, elect.